Hello and thank you for joining us. In this fun tutorial, we're upcycling a pair of jeans and a dress to create this awesome boho style crossbody purse. We'll use the jeans for the body of the purse and strap and the dress material for a soft contrasting lining. All the items we use to make this we're going to put in the description below. After laying out the pair of jeans, place your pattern pieces on top of the jeans. Pin the pattern in place and cut around the edges using shears or a rotary hook. From the legs of the jeans, you will need to cut 2 large rectangular pieces for the body of the bag and 2 narrow strips for the strap. Remove the pins from both the body pieces and the strap pieces and place the 10" by 12" body piece aside for later. Next, we'll remove both back pockets to use on our purse. We're going to be using the Madeira Seam Fix Seam Ripper to remove them. What's great about this tool is the special rubberized tip that is going to help us remove any loose thread once we get those pockets off the jeans. Start by turning the jeans inside out behind the pockets and removing a few stitches at a time. As you cut the stitches, gently rip and pull the pockets away a little at a time until they are separated. Now that the pockets have been removed, we're going to drag that rubberized tip of the Seam Fix Seam Ripper along the edges of the pockets. You can see how it just grabs the loose threads and pulls them out. Keep working from both the front and back sides of the pockets until all loose threads are removed. Next, cut along the waistband of the jeans to remove both the button and the buttonhole. Using the seam ripper, separate the back layer from the front layer. Later in this video, we're going to sew along the edges and then clip them to create a fun fringe. We'll be attaching the button to the outside pocket, and the buttonhole will become a strap to fasten at the top of the purse. Together they will hold the purse closed. A fun thing you can do is take the pocket you're going to use for the front of the purse and embroider on it to add more interest to your purse. We used a crisp tearaway with this very stable denim fabric. It tears away cleanly and easily, leaving minimal backing remaining behind the embroidery. With the back layer removed from the button strip, press the fabric flat and center it on the top of the pocket. Stitch a square seam as close as you can around the metal button. Using shears, trim the edges to about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch out from the stitches and then turn your shears and clip inward around the edges as closely as you can, but without cutting the stitches. Use a wire brush to fray the edges and make it look worn. Locate and place the rectangular front piece of the body of the purse in front of you with the right side up. Use a ruler to center the front pocket on top and pin in place. Sew out a double seam running along the original seams on the pocket. Stitch the seams along the sides and bottom of the pocket, making sure to reinforce the stitching at the top of both sides. If you have questions, be sure to ask in the comments below. Lay the front purse piece down with the right side facing up, and then place the back purse piece on top of it with the right side facing down. So you have both right sides facing each other. Pin or clip on both sides and the bottom. Stitch single seam along both sides and the bottom of the purse, leaving the top open. Next, measuring from the seams, mark 1 inch and 1/4 inch squares on each bottom corner. Using shears, cut out the 1 inch marked squares. Pull apart and fold each corner together the opposite way with right sides together and pin them together. Stitch straight along from edge to edge. This will form the flat bottom width of the purse. After stitching the corners, you can now turn your project right side out. Press at the inside bottom corners to get nice sharp edges. You've now created a bottom gusset. It is starting to look like a purse now. Now it's time to create the strap. The long crossed body strap is made by seaming together those two long pieces we cut earlier. Place these two pieces on top of each other with the right sides together. Pin and stitch a seam along the short edge. Using an iron, press this seam out flat. Fold over each end by 1/2 inch and press with an iron. Stitch a seam at the end of each strap. Fold and press the strap in half along the long edge. Fold in each raw edge 1/2 inch and pin and press in place. Stitch 2 seams 1/4 inch along the long edge on both sides. Finish both ends with a 1/4 inch seam too. Repeat the process you used to create the outer body of the purse with the lining material in the extra pocket, which will serve as a handy inside pocket in the purse. Embroidering on this pocket is optional. Remove the stitches along the side of the lining, or leave an open area when sewing the pieces together for the lining. We recommend about a 3" to 4" hole. This will allow you to turn the purse right side out after attaching the lining to the outer purse body. We'll close it up later in the video. Turn the outer purse body piece inside out and place the lining inside it with right sides together. Open up the liner and pin both tops together, starting with matching up the seams on each end, and then pinning all the way around the body of the purse. Stitch a 1/4 inch seam around the entire top. Turn the lining out and start gently pulling the denim portion out through the 3" to 4" hole that you made in the lining. Work on it slowly to avoid putting too much strain on the seams. Press along the top edges to create a crease. Pin flat and stitch a 1/4 inch seam all around and along the top. Pull the lining out once more and fold in the edges of the opening. Stitch a 1/8 inch seam along the edge to close up the hole. Don't turn the lining back in yet. Leave the lining out to create side gussets. On the outside denim part, using the bottom gusset as a guide, fold and press the sides to create the side gussets. Stitch a 1/8 inch seam along all 4 side edges. Time to attach the shoulder strap and the buttonhole strap. Off screen, we distress the buttonhole strap to match the button. You can prepare yours any way you want. Align the back part of the buttonhole strap to the back side of the purse. Pin in place and stitch in place. We did several stitch lines to make it secure. The last step is attaching the shoulder strap. Centering each end about 2-inch overlap in the side gussets, double stitch a barn door type stitch on both sides. Once both sides of the shoulder straps are attached, you got a finished purse. We took these tassels from the upcycled garment the lining material came from and tied them on the button strap temporarily. We ended up permanently sewing them under one of the side straps, as seen here on the finished project. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
All Stitch, all the supplies, all the savings, every day.